Scott Frederick, and I am the head of marketing and LTL carrier relations for eShipPlus. Occasionally, our new customers or prospects ask us for a brief overview of our eShipPlus platform. eShipPlus is a powerful cloud-based transportation management system, or TMS, which is powered by Logistics Plus. You can use the full suite of eShipPlus tools to instantly obtain less than truckload rates across multiple top-tier carriers, schedule shipments, create bills of lading, track shipments, run reports, review invoices, and more. When you first log into eShipPlus, you'll see a dashboard of tools. The view will vary depending upon your permission levels. If you're one of our internal operators, your dashboard will probably have dozens of tools across many different areas, since eShipPlus powers our North American division. Customers, however, will see a more streamlined view as shown here, providing a useful list of menu options that will help them manage their freight shipping. To be clear, eShipPlus is a bundled TMS solution. And what I mean by that, it is a technology that is only as good as the people behind it. So when you are an eShipPlus user, you're also a Logistics Plus customer, and you will never be alone. Our staff of logistics specialists is always here to help 24/7, 365, so you don't need to rely solely on the technology. In this view, we will provide you with a quick peek into some of our basic operations, finance, utilities, and reporting tools. Underneath the operations menu, you'll see basically your main applications that you'll use to manage your freight shipping. The primary tools for quoting and booking are going to be estimate LTL rate and rate and schedule. These are essentially both ways to quote and quote LTL shipments. The estimate LTL rate is just a quicker way to get a quick rate quote, whereas rate and schedule allows you to get the quote as well as book the shipment and create a bill of lading and any related labeling that you may need. So let's take a look at estimate LTL rate real quick. So in this example, all I need to do is put in my origin zip code, my destination zip code, the weight of my commodity, the DIMS, packaging, and freight class. You can also indicate how many cartons or pieces are on that particular pallet or handling unit. So in this case, we'll say 4, and you can also optionally indicate the value of that particular commodity or shipment. So let's just say it's worth $10,000. You need to add another line item, just hit that button there, and you can add your next item. When you're done, just hit Get Rates. And in the background, our TMS is basically using API technology to make calls to all of our major carrier partners to pull back our contracted rates on your behalf. So the default is going to show you the lowest cost carrier for this particular lane as a default, but you can click any of these headings like transit if you want to resort the results based on speed perhaps, or by estimated delivery date. In this example, you'll see Holland Regional is the lowest cost carrier option. I'm $190.30. You click that plus button, you'll get more detail as far as the breakout rate, fuel, and if there's any additional charges that may apply to this particular lane. Again, a lot of things you can click around in eShip to get more information. If you click the blue direct there, you'll see this is a direct lane for Holland with the origin and destination terminal information being provided. If we wanted to, we could add additional guaranteed options to this shipment. Additionally, because we provided the value of the shipment, we get a low-cost shipper's interest insurance quote as well. So if I click the additional detail, I'll see, again, in this example, we estimate the carrier's liability on this shipment is going to be $7,500. Again, if you recall, the shipment value total was going to be about $20,000. So if we did have a claim on this shipment, the most that Holland would recoup or reimburse would be $7,500 on a new commodity. So if you wanted to add the additional cargo insurance, again, which is a little bit easier than trying to prove carrier negligence in situations where there is a claim, the cargo insurance does not require negligence. If the shipment was damaged, then it pays out within 30 days. So again, that's all detailed here. So for $74.40, I could add that to my quote, which gets bundled in. And again, just as a confirmation on the bottom here, it's basically telling me that I'm getting $22,000 of cargo insurance coverage for this minimal addition to my shipment. Again, if I want to remove that, uncheck it, close the detail, and move on. Similarly, like I said, if you wanted to add a guaranteed option to this shipment, just click the guarantee. It factors that into the quote. You can click the checkbox or plus button there. And again, see that in this case, for the guaranteed by 5 p.m. delivery, we are going to be charged $54 additional by Dayton Freight. Now, if you want, you can save that quote for later, just to be safe in case you come back and you don't want to book that shipment today. That way you've got it on hand. Typically, most carriers will honor quotes up to 5 days. So there isn't a menu option here where you can go to saved LTL quotes and you can find all of your saved quotes. We'll check that out in just a minute. But let's say you did want to continue on to book this shipment, just go back to continue to rate and schedule. Again, you can put in your parameters for when you want the shipment to be picked up, the pickup window, enter all of your relevant origin and destination information. Again, if you did need to add any special services, these are some of the more common services that customers require, such as liftgate delivery, perhaps delivering to a special location like a school or some other limited access location. So all those can be specified here. You would need to complete additional information about the commodities that you're shipping. You do have the ability to put in your own PO number or shipper reference number. And then when you click Get Rates, you basically are taken back to that rate quote screen. You can select your carrier and again, then schedule your shipment, print your bill of lading and all of your labeling. So rather than do that right now, I'm just going to go to our shipments dashboard where we have some recently booked shipments. And again, here you can basically see what you would get if you created a new shipment. So this is an example of the bill of lading. Again, this would be emailed to you after you schedule the shipment. So that is an example of the bill of lading. You also have the ability to generate labeling. Again, those could be emailed to you after you schedule the shipment. Again, in this case, since this is a shipment that was already scheduled and delivered, on my shipment dashboard, I have the additional option to look at the POD. So again, this shows me who signed for it, proof of delivery. And basically, you've got all this information at your fingertips. One thing in eShip to know is that there's a lot of flexibility. I can add a number of different search parameters. Customer name, origin name, state, city, zip, and then you can actually save these to your profile so that search is always the same when you come back to this screen. In this case, this particular default I have in place is just showing me all of my year-to-date shipments. And again, on LTL shipments, you'll see all of the shipment status details in terms of all the different activity or events that shipment went through from origin to delivery. If this was a truckload shipment, again, you would just get the delivery date and again, a status of that particular shipment. Again, going from pickup to in transit to delivery to being invoiced. Additionally, some other tools that you may have in your dashboard would be claims dashboard, where you can view any of your claims activity that we have helped file on your behalf. You have the ability to use an address book to store commonly used origin or destination shipping locations. The My Library items is where you would store your frequently shipped commodities. We also provide you a quick link to get an expedited quote from our staff if you need it. You can also get a quick international quote if you need to ship something internationally. And if you have a truckload quote that you need, again, a lot of options here to specify the specific equipment that you need, and again, where it's being picked up and where it's going to. Again, when you submit this truckload quote request, this would go to our staff, who would then immediately source the capacity, carrier capacity that you're looking for, and immediately get back to you with a quote that you could then schedule with us if you decide to move forward. And again, once that shipment is scheduled, you would see that shipment again in your shipments dashboard, along with all of your LTL freight shipments. I mentioned saved LTL quotes. Again, if you come here, you can see any of the LTL quotes that you might have saved. And if they're still valid, you can just simply click schedule and schedule that shipment if you're ready to book it. Any quotes that are expired would be indicated as being expired here, and it would be a red button, and you would no longer be able to book that shipment. You'd have to requote it again. We also have this little handy tool called Shopped Rates, which is gives you the ability to look at essentially all the rate quotes that you did recently, and we store those quote details just in case you need to come back to refer to it. We also store which was the lowest cost carrier at that time of the quote, just as a point of reference. So again, a lot of detail here that you can use to manage your freight shipping at your fingertips. Under the finance menu, again, this is just provides you the ability to look at all of your invoicing with eShipPlus and the status of those invoices. Again, you can click any of the icons to see an example of one of those invoices, see the status, and determine if it needs to be paid yet or if it has been paid. Under the utilities, again, we provide you just some reference tools. There's a quick reference tool here just on how to use eShip. Again, it's pretty intuitive, as you can see, but just another point of reference. If you need to calculate density on a shipment, we provide some tools for that. If you want to track a shipment on our public website, just to get some basic quick tracking information, all you have is the PO number or PRO number. You can put that in there and get a quick status information, status update. And then also just as information, our eShipPlus TMS can be fully integrated with other platforms. So we have web services, we have APIs, and here's just some of the documentation and how to access those tools. Again, I would suggest if you are looking for a true integration, just email our app support team here at the bottom, and we would definitely reach out and provide you more details. Lastly, you do have some reporting tools here. If you click the report run, you can run some basic reports based on shipments delivered, in transit, or by delivery date. We even provide you with a handy little weather tool dashboard that gives you a sense of where there's bad weather around the country. And then really the powerful piece here is this MyFreightTrends, which I'm going to show you. It's a powerful dashboard of business intelligence tools that kind of give you a really in-depth view of your freight business through eShipPlus. So let's take a look at that. So when you launch MyFreightTrends, it may take a minute to load because it's basically gathering all of that freight shipping history that we have on your behalf in the system and queuing that up so that you can very quickly slice and dice and get different views of that information using these dashboard tools. So again, at the top here, you'll see there's about 5 or 6 tabs. The first one being a summary of your freight spend, showing you truckload, LTL, or any other modes that you may have shipped with us. You also get a breakdown just based on the spend by carrier, as well as the shipments by carrier. Again, as I mentioned, a lot of different ways to filter. You just want to look at certain years, certain months. These dashboards will quickly refresh to whatever parameters you dictate. Moving on to the lane analysis tab, again, here's this sort of a more detailed view of all of your freight shipping by carrier. You get the average transit days, average calendar days, and again, the spend and average spend per shipment by carrier. You also get a nice visual of your freight pattern of where you're shipping to or from. So again, just a nice way to look at your business by carrier. The lane performance tab provides you some trending based on the cost per shipment trends or cost per weight trends, pound trends, as well as just sort of a graph of all of your key shipping lanes based on spend as well. You have the ability to look at all your shipping details, which you can export to Excel if need be. You can look at a breakdown of all of your freight charges based on accessorials, freight, fuel, and any other fees that may apply, just to get a sense of how that spend is breaking down. And then again, I mentioned the weather alerts earlier, but again, this is sort of what that would look like. If there were any weather patterns in the US that were affecting any of your shipments with us, you would see those shipments down here, and it would indicate that there could be potentially delay and allow you to proactively make adjustments if necessary. So if it was a hurricane, if it was a tornado, and one of your shipments was going into those impacted areas, you would see that outlined here. So again, very powerful business intelligence tools that pretty much out of the box for you. And again, that pretty much concludes the quick and dirty overview of eShipPlus. Again, we'd love to give you a live demo if you're interested, or get you signed up to use it. It's pretty much a complimentary tool to our customers as long as you're working with us on your freight shipping. If you do need more than our basic setup, ask us about the additional options available with eShipPlus. That would include white label branding. So we can include your logo on the portal and on your bills of lading, just to give you your own specific branding if you'd like. We have advanced dashboard reporting for spend trends, lane analysis, carrier metrics. So we can give you a lot more than what's out of the box, which is already pretty powerful. But we do have a service to provide you some customized reporting if needed. We have the ability to add in prepaid and ad features so that if you want to build in margins into your freight cost and pass that on to your customers or vendors, you have the ability to do that. We can provide you with batch rating services. So if you have a batch of shipments that need to be rated, just give us an Excel file and we can do that and provide a cost savings analysis for you. Again, if you're a high volume shipper, ask us about additional discounts off of some of the rates that you may see out of the box. We also provide comprehensive freight audit and payment solutions, incorporating our 3-point check, which makes sure that your small pack, your parcel, LTL, truckload, and even international freight invoices are accurate. We handle disputes for you to ensure they're handled properly and that appropriate refunds are received back to you. We can help you with freight management, freight claims management, and help you proactively manage your freight claims program. We can also provide you with a complete managed transportation solution where we have dedicated logistics specialists working as an extension of your team. So that's another option if you need it. And then additionally, we can also help support project logistics. So product launches, rollouts, those sorts of things, we can also add value to your process. So again, thank you for your time and watching this quick demonstration. Again, if you have any questions, please visit logisticsplus.com or email us at contact@logisticsplus.com to inquire about any of our services or to request additional information. Again, thank you.